Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm going to kind of just cut loose, do some kind of a strange or creepy drawing. We'll see what comes out of my head here. Hope you guys are enjoying the artwork. Trying to get back to putting a lot more of that on my channel. I've got some other mystery boxes and stuff like that on the way, so we got some more of that stuff to do. But I really kind of been missing my art, so let's get started. Let's get this adjusted just a little bit. So most of the time, gotta move some of my junk here. Most of the time when I start these creepy ones like this, I really don't have some clear-cut plan on what's fixing to happen here. So we're just gonna rock with it here, and like I said, we're gonna see who or what pops out. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's been pretty good here. We're just kind of still waiting on the hurricane Laura to reach us here. It's still down in Louisiana. It may just now be hitting southern Arkansas. I think it's due here late this afternoon. But I think here in my area it's not going to be too bad. But just all those folks that are down there in the middle of it, let's all remember them, because those things are always kind of a bad deal. I hope everybody's alright. I think there unfortunately has been some fatalities already. I think one of them was a younger person, so it's always a shame. Just can't take your days for granted. Now I'm just trying to kind of throw some paint down here and flesh this thing out. And there at the beginning, when you saw me kind of taking that long pause trying to decide, I never know if I'm going to do symmetry or like another kind of profile, but I decided to do symmetry on this one. I just really like symmetry painting. And we started off with the bigger size brush, and like I said, just to kind of flesh it out, see who or what popped out for us, and whatever the heck this guy is what popped out. Now, I do paint other stuff besides creepy stuff, as you guys know. Y'all have hung out with me long enough. But every now and then I just have to kind of let one of these go. And this has got a pretty cool feel to it already, I think. Well, it's been kind of a crazy week. Online a couple of weeks ago, I tried that Death Nut challenge thing with some of my friends on the Everything Spicy stream, and I failed it. Right, I didn't make it. Shit was just too hot for me. But I had those uneaten death nuts sitting here by my desk this whole time, and they just kind of been looking at me, and I've been looking at them. Well, about 2 nights ago, I was on another live stream, and it's the 21090 guys. And after that stream is over, and I highly recommend that stream, that's one of the funnest streams out there. But anyway, after that stream was over, got my buddy Monica, and we always go to her after party show, and I should say after show party. Anyway, so I'm on Monica's stream, and I'm drinking. And I probably drink too much, but that's a whole nother video. And somehow, some way, knowing me, I just kind of willed it to happen. We started talking about those stupid death nuts. And then, like an idiot, you know, my stomach was only full of alcohol, and I picked up the death nuts and kind of toyed around with it for a little while, but I kind of knew what I was going to do as soon as I picked them up. And, I ate that damn death nut, and it was hot. Like when the first time I did the challenge, the first time I did it, I ate the first 4 nuts, and I'm not gonna lie to you, that challenge is no joke. The first nut I ate was as hot as anything I'd ever eaten before. The first nut, because I'm not a chili head or anything, and I knew I was in trouble right then and there. And then they just got progressively, you know, hotter and hotter, and I mean it ramped up quick. By the time the 4th nut rolled around, that was far and away the hottest thing I'd ever eaten. And my wife was involved with the challenge too. We were both hurting pretty bad, so just called it off. Right? No sense in hurting yourself. That's what I thought at that time. And but then ever since then, it's kind of bothered me that I didn't make it. I didn't make it through the challenge, you know. And so really, I've just been kind of waiting for an excuse to take another run at that thing. And unfortunately, I did not prepare at all, and I paid the price. So what happened is I ate the death nut, and it is probably a good 10 times hotter. The 5th nut, the death nut. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the death nut challenge. Surely you have if you're on YouTube. The 5th nut is at least a good 10 times hotter than the 4th. Far and away just set me on fire. But I'm dealing with it, right? Like, you know, I was on fire and it was hot, but I was dealing with it. And I probably would have been okay, but for whatever reason, I decided, I don't know what reason it was, because I'm stupid, I decided to take a big swig of whiskey right out of the bottle to ease my death nut pain. And to no one's surprise, really not even mine, that did not work. And you can see the look on my face. I don't have the stream, but Monica does. I don't know how long she'll leave it up, but she's got the stream out there, and you can see the look on my face, like I'm smiling, but I'm telling you, the smile is coming from a place of almost panic, because it was like the second I took that drink, that hit my stomach almost immediately, and my gut hurt so bad. I couldn't even really explain it to all my friends that were watching. I just smiled and took off. I was heading for the bathroom, and I didn't make it very far into the bathroom. I got to the toilet for a minute, but it literally hurt so bad that I couldn't hold myself up. And I watched Phil from Everything Spicy over and over again, just eat some horrendously hot stuff. And I've seen him up there, rocking back and forth from the gut bomb. I never really appreciated what he was going through until the other night. And I've seen it last him for hours. Like he's been down for the count for a long time from those things. And mine, fortunately, only lasted for a few minutes, because I threw everything up. I threw up the death nut and a lot of other stuff. But it was a blessing in disguise, because the gut bomb didn't last very long after that. But it hurt so bad at the time, like all I could do was lay there and kind of just moan. And the worst thing is, like, when you're in a position like that, it's like you did it yourself. So you ain't got nobody to blame. So I threw up the death nut. Threw it up all over my bathroom floor. Cleaned it up. Finally got to bed that night. And that was my death nut adventure. And it's going to take me a long time to forget about that before I try that crap again. And I got the notification after I failed the first attempt at it. I jumped up and ordered a bunch of them, because I'm like, man, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to finish it. So that next morning, when I finally got up, and between the death nut and the liquor and the hard night, I was feeling pretty bad, and I got the notification that, hey, your death nuts are on the way. And that's great. But I will just put those to the side, like I said, until I've forgotten what that feels like. Maybe someday in the future I'll try it again. But I should have done it. I was going to set up this whole elaborate video and do my redemption and all that stuff. But I'm telling you what, I don't think it would have went down the way I hoped it was going to. I will definitely have to build up my tolerance and get a lot more used to the super spicy stuff. A lot of folks think that you know, like when you see people doing those challenges online, you're just thinking, well, how bad could that be? You know, there's like, you know, a little kid doing it. There's all kinds of different folks doing it. And you're thinking, well, that can't be that bad. But yeah, it is. It is that bad. It hurts really bad. I may just kind of be, you know, weak when it comes to the super hot stuff, but that's alright. I ain't got nothing to prove. I was doing it because it was fun, but the other night, laying on the bathroom floor, that was definitely not fun. So I'm going to throw a little color and shape in on these cheeks here, but we're going to take some of this back out with the eraser. Some of my technique is I will add, and then I will go back with the eraser and subtract some of this just to kind of get it back down to the shape I want. But you know, that's the fun of life, is doing stupid crap and then learning from it. You just gotta test your limits sometimes, and sometimes you find out the hard way, like me, what your limits actually are. Everybody's got their own techniques, their own preferences when it comes to art like this. This is just what I do. There is no right or wrong way to do any of this kind of stuff. And I think, for me, I just start playing with colors and shapes and hues and values and all that. My art is almost accidental. Like if I just sit out here to draw something, and I've had a lot of people request me to draw on this or draw on that, and I'm just really not that good at that. I just have to kind of let this stuff flow. And if you dig what comes out, that's great. Alright. I love textures too. Like I like my artwork to just seem heavy and weighted, you know. I don't want it to feel like a painting. I want it to actually look like I carved this out of something. Like it would weigh, it would have weight to it if you tried to pick this picture up. And that's when I say heavy, that's what I mean by heavy. let's get into some other aspects here. You know, I get a lot of feedback from folks when I do these things, but the one thing I really want to know is from everybody is if you prefer these long-winded, full-length drawings like this, or if you prefer the speed paint versions. I like doing the speed paints too because it gives me some place to put the music that I make. And I just produce some songs on like Music Maker and stuff. I'm not a musician, but I do like creating that stuff and putting it out there. Whatever this guy here that I'm drawing is supposed to be, your guess is as good as mine. So this is not some deliberate character I've come up with here. This is just who popped out to see us. I can't tell if he's a good guy or not. Okay. Thing with some of my art. That is for you to interpret. Put the work on you guys. You tell me if you think this is a evil guy or not. I don't know. I don't think he's that evil. You know, don't let the horns on his head fool you. That doesn't mean anything. May just be a screwed up version of like a satyr or something. I'm going to make this right here just a little bigger, just a little bit wider eye before I go in here and do the eyes. Doing this little eye shine here, it's always my favorite part. I kind of save it for almost like dessert. It's a little too much. going to merge all these together so I can do some things here. Oops. Dug a little deep there. When you're doing the digital stuff, and you can do this traditionally too, but you can really sharpen things up and make it look pretty cool by erasing a few little spots. It just gives it a little bit sharper look, just a little bit more depth. I'm not sure how long we've been going now, but now I'm going to filter this. Actually, I need to one more thing before I filter it. Down here, I've got to switch to my brush. I want this to look a little bit sharper. There are so many cool brushes built into this software. We want that to look just a little bit furry right here. Maybe just a little bit of that right here. So many cool brushes to play with. Okay, enough playing with it. You always gotta. Now look, you could sit here and you could play with these things for a long time. Play with them for days, for years, and you can make every little aspect of this perfect. You know, that is up to you. I prefer to kind of do my thing, get the creativity out, and then move on to the next one. Okay. Now, I filter my stuff in Photor, which I've talked about and shown you guys before. There's lots of programs, so many art programs, and so many photo manipulation programs. I mean, you just pick the one that you like the best, that does the stuff that you want it to do. Don't worry about the rest of it. You gotta kind of just find the filter. Usually this nostalgic is the one I like, but it's not really doing what I want it to do. I think I'm gonna go with a mini oven, and then we're gonna play with the colors a little bit here. Just a little bit. Contrast is always a pretty powerful tool. I'm going to turn the colors up just a hair. Now I am going to sharpen that up so you can see all those little details. Alright. I just like what I like. Alright, now do a little bit of that. Turn that vignette up. his nose is I've kind of lost his nose there, haven't I? That's all right. Is whatever. So there's our new version, and I am going to continue on for just a little bit because there's some things I'm gonna fix here. Kind of dark cat-like nose to come back. And, I do need a little bit of shading out here. And one more final touch. Alright, we're done. I could probably play with this for a long time and make it look a whole lot cooler, but my creative flow is finished. You just gotta know when you're done, and I am done with this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next video. You take care. I hope everybody's doing good. I'll see you around.